Hello, bonjour, namaste, ni hao, and ohio everybody. What is going on? It is Galeriot here. Welcome back to the YouTube channel once again for another Danmachi Memoria Freese video. And today, you guys know what time it is. It is time to go over the update contents for this week. Now, you guys already know if you watched yesterday's video that this week is a little bit of a slow week. All we're getting is Familiar Chronicle episode Freya part 2 and nothing else. We obviously are also getting familiar war games and stuff like that, but that's pretty much basics. We know that's already coming. But in terms of other new contents, we're only going to be getting a Familiar Chronicle episode Freya part 2. Now, of course, there might be some other stuff, so let's have a look and see what exactly is in the content updates for this week. Now, of course, if you guys go on to enjoy this video, please be sure to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel for more Danmachi and Danmachi Memoria Freese content, and of course, leave a comment down below as well. Let me know if you guys are planning on going in for Ali or Otarl potentially, at least trying to get one copy of them. I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say down below, because I know so many people are also considering skipping this banner. Obviously, for the anniversary, it makes sense, but also under the notion that there could be better iterations of these characters coming down the line, which is also very possible. But let me know in the comment section if you guys are going on this banner. Now, to take a look at what's coming out this week, remember, by the way, that next week we do have another live stream where there are going to be VAs actually in the live stream itself. This is, I'm talking about the JP live stream. They're actually going to bring on the VAs again, so there is a very good chance we could be getting a new event and everything next week. This week definitely seems like a little bit of a slow week, but like I said, a majority of it is stuff for Familiar Chronicle episode Freya part 2. You can see that there's a special bundle featuring a 4-star guarantee 11 draw ticket times 1, Freya part 2 11 draw ticket times 1, and a 4-star guaranteed ticket. Not too shabby. It's probably going to cost you 800 paid iris. The mini bundle will be 400 paid iris, of course, and then you have the main banner right here. Now, like I said in yesterday's video, and I will be doing a should you summon going into detail about how these characters are so good, specifically Otarl and Ali, because Alan is a waste of space in this banner, to be honest. This banner is pretty decent because 2 out of the 3 units are really good. But the problem is, if you get Alan, it's kind of to be honest. It's a bit of a problem there. So that is something to bear in mind when it comes to this banner. Still, though, I really wouldn't put it past, most players, and I really wouldn't blame most players for at least doing 2 multis on this banner. The 200 iris first step, and then the 400 iris second step to get that guaranteed 4-star. Because if you can get Otarl or Ali, and then from there on, if you can get extra copies of them through the free multis we'll get during the anniversary, or the tickets, or even through using prison bonds, I mean, getting them MLB will be really worth it, to be honest. Specifically Ali, more so than Otarl. Otarl is still really good, but I would say Ali is just a lot more beneficial because assists in this game can survive a long time. They can genuinely survive a long time. So that's at least something that's good when it comes to the power creep in this game. I would say that's something, I mean, that's one thing I feel like Danmachi does extremely well, DANMEMO that is that yes, the adventurers power creep is pretty rapid. If you think about it, adventurers go in and out of position relatively quickly, but when it comes to assists, you can see some assists that have survived the test of time. I mean, Chloe and Aina, the null physical and null magic times 2 units, they came out in the first year of Danmachi Memoria Freese, and they're still used by a lot of players till date. Now, of course, we've had replacements for them recently with the likes of Chigusa, Anya, Elpis, Ilya, but generally speaking, they're still very valuable options. So I mean, there are some assists that can stand the test of time, and Ali, I think, is going to be one of those units because we still haven't gotten an assist that can give anything higher than 33% SA gate charge to all allies. So that's something to bear in mind as well. Like, we have Finn, we have Ali, and that's it pretty much for 33% SA gate charges, if I'm not mistaken. And in terms of self, we have 100% SA gate charge and 111%, I think. But that's about it. We don't have many more than that. So it is going to be a little bit interesting to see if they actually do replace Ollie and Finn in the next couple of months, maybe, potentially, because they didn't buff Finn's SA gate charge when he got his buffs for the 3rd anniversary, reruns and stuff. So we'll have to wait and see. And Otarl, like I said, damaged, he strips away elemental damage buffs, which gives him a great position on the stall team. So that's also something to bear in mind. Alan is very meh, to be honest. Very meh. We'll go into more detail about these characters tomorrow, but just giving you guys a bit of an idea, because by the time the Should You Summon Out comes out tomorrow, it'll probably be like nearly 12-13 hours since the banner's been live, due to me attending university in the morning from 9 to 2, unfortunately. So it's going to be a bit of a while before the Should You Summon actually drops on the channel, so keep that in mind. We obviously have the paid banners as well with Totaro, Alan, and Ali. I would probably say don't summon on this, to be honest. Don't do the paid banners. Just see what you can get from the free 11 draw ticket that we're getting through the event itself, because we are getting a Freya Part 2 4-star guaranteed 11 draw ticket, which you'll be able to summon on. Yeah, I mean, here it is. Clear all quests to get Freya Part 2 4-star guaranteed 11 draw ticket, which means you can get one of these 3 units. So probably just save up for that, probably, I would say, rather than you know, dumping your iris first and foremost. Get to the end of the quest, see what you get, and then do the multi if you need to get Ollie or Otaro. But I would say save up for now and then see what happens. But yeah, don't use your paid iris. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it, to be honest. Probably avoid it. But yeah, the rerun event is coming back, so of course this is going to be more iris for a lot of players as well, because we're going to have another set of stages that are going to be completely new and fresh for a lot of players. Remember that this is a long tail as well, which means that you can exchange drop items for luxurious items, so make sure you guys farm it up, because it's another extra hero medal and flame amulet, which means another free prism bond as well. Actually, speaking of which, Sword of Rotoria 10 being live right now, Freya Part 1 and Freya Part 2 being live as well, which that'll allow you to basically get a free prism bond adventure and assist. Now remember, when I spoke about the anniversary, right, I mentioned something about festival banners, right, where they launch a anniversary banner that's featuring non-time limited units. Previously last year we had Ryu and Seer. The year before that we had Aiz and Lafia, and then the year before that, the first time they did it, we had Belle and Hestia. Usually these units are relatively decent, if not really decent, to be honest. I mean, Seer is still used to this day. Hestia can be used as well. Actually, Hestia was used until we got the Mecha Zenos Haruhime recently, right? Because she gives that minus STR and magic, which is great for a stall team. Then we had Aiz, who's amazing for PvE because she gives self 100 and something percent SA gate charge and STR and magic. And then the adventurers themselves, Belle was pretty decent. Lafia was okay, nothing crazy. Ryu is also decent. So you've got all these units that have stood the test of time. Now remember, like I said, they're non-time limited, and as a result, rather than summoning all the way into the banner, maybe saving up prism bonds for them isn't a bad idea. So take advantage of getting some prism bonds and free prism bonds from these banners, because they're really valuable. So make sure you guys do that. So yeah, we got this. We obviously have a gacha exchange box as well, which is great. More 3-star tickets as well. It's a chance at getting 4 stars, albeit more often than not it's just free zeros for all of us, so we'll take that, of course. And finally, I think that's it for this week. So yeah, that's it for this week. Nothing too crazy. Like I said, a lot of it is majorly just familiar war games. Obviously the focus is entirely on that. I think that's kind of nice, because I know a lot of players get frustrated when there's new banners coming out and then familiar war games is live at the same time, so people are trying to scramble around to figure out if these units are going to be good for familiar war games. And then of course, you know, obviously they have training war games live and stuff at the same time, but doing it simultaneously while familiar war games is going on is not fun for a lot of players. So in that regards, if that's their intention as to why they didn't do it this time around, I guess it makes sense for them to take a week off as well for that particular reason. Obviously, I hope that, you know, the other reason as to taking this break is to obviously start working on some other projects as well, and, you know, anniversaries coming out soon and stuff like that as well. Alright, so let's read what Weird has to say here, because of course last week we do know that the file size was a little bit bigger than normal. It was actually pretty much the same thing here as well this week. The file size was still a little bit larger. For me, it was 115 megs. For some of you guys, it'll probably be a little bit different. But it's another update where files were retouched. The USMs added last week were removed, and the broken lottery PNG was replaced with its original version. Now, all of the event background images from the 3rd anniversary event UI have been retouched, as well as adding some event half banners in the same folder. So probably just some jiggling around and making sure everything is cleaned up a little bit and stuff like that. I assume whatever was added last week was probably just an error potentially. I mean, I know I spoke about it in last week's video, last week's datamine video, where I said that, oh, it's possibly something that they're preparing for the future and stuff like that. It's very possible that that might have been the case, especially because if they've added USMs and they were removed, probably could have been linked to something, but who knows, whatever it is. I think it was supposed to be something related to the 5th anniversary, so I don't know, but yeah, either way, I think it was just some error, to be honest. I think whatever we spoke about last week was a little bit of an exaggeration on my end, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, this week is a little bit of a slow week, so I wasn't expecting to make this video too long anyways. It just gives me an opportunity, gave me an opportunity, I should say, to talk about episode Freya part 2, and of course the potential for next week as well. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Let me know if you guys are planning on summoning, like I said earlier on. Of course, if you guys enjoyed this video, remember to leave a like down below, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys next time. Take it easy, everybody. Bye bye.